Hello, everybody. Welcome to this year's telecast of the Jones Viola Lombardi Turkey Bowl. I'm your host, Blake Bones.
And I'm Bo Violin.
And we are very excited to bring you this year's matchup. The 5th anniversary bowl. This is a big game.
It is. It's a big game. Big game for both teams to prove themselves and their worth.
Yes, it is, Bo. And let's just jump right into it. This year's storyline is the absence of 3-time Pro Bowler center Jeff Lombardi from the Indians. He's been a very big asset to the team over the years, and he's not available for today's game. Bo, how are these guys going to overcome that?
Well, you know, Jeff Lombardi, a.k.a. Uncle Tan, as we show the stat right here, he's been there for the team every single year. He is the Jeff Saturday of the Indians. Jeff Saturday, Jeff Lombardi. What can I say?
It's no coincidence.
No coincidence. Same name. Not a single coincidence.
Not at all. But I think it's going to be okay because this year they have star quarterback Jonathan Jones returning to the roster.
Yeah, but you know, I don't know. Might be a little shaky in his debut. Hopefully not. We all know that he won't because, you know, the Indians. But, you know, maybe he'll do bad.
We'll see. I don't know. Oh, I'm just, yes. Okay, Drake Jones is live with Jonathan Jones.
Drake!
Here now with Jonathan Jones of the Indians. Jonathan, you were out of commission last year, and your team still prevailed. What are you going to do this year to help your team win 4 in a row?
Well, I think the perspective that we must take is, since Jamestown, it's been the Indians. And the Pilgrims just haven't figured it out. And you could lose a player of my stature, who I contributed for the couple of years that I had the opportunity to do so. And I was out last year, and what was the difference? There was no difference. Because the Indians are the Indians. They're more than just any individual Indian. We're a tribe.
That was deep. I agree. Back to you guys in the studio. And there you have it. That's very deep insight from Jonathan Jones. What do you think about his comments?
I think all of his comments were perfect. What do you think?
I agree. I have to agree. I have to agree.
like
Another big acquisition by the Indians this offseason was trading for Christina Lombardi. A very unforeseen trade, but it had to happen, did it not?
Had to happen. She had a dispute with the general manager of the Pilgrims this offseason, George Jones and Tina Barty. They couldn't link up over the offseason, didn't get their chemistry down pat. So you know what she did? She went to the best team with the best chemistry.
She did. And let's see what she has to say. She is sidelined with Drake Jones. Drake Jones here on the sidelines with Christina Lombardi. Christina, you got traded to the Indians in the offseason after being on the Pilgrims for a long time. What can you bring to your new team?
Well, not only can I bring my very loud voice, but I did have one very good catch in my past 3 years, and I will bring more to the red team.
That indeed was a great catch. We'll see if she can continue her success here this year, 2017. And there you go. Christina looks like she's ready to win her first championship.
She is. She always brings the intensity. It's all you could really ask for in a star player like that.
I agree. With that being said, let's take a look at the rest of the Indians roster.
Antoinette Viola, Northern Illinois University.
Jake Jones, Miami University.
Tina Barty, DePaul University.
Joe Viola. Maine South.
Cassandra Jones, Conant High School.
Nahan John Jones, high school dropout.
Make them chumps go loco. Sam Viola, Dominican University.
Jonathan Jones, D.U.
And there you have it, the rest of the Indians roster for today's game. 3 wins in a row, 3 championships, but nothing much has changed. I mean, they're looking swole as ever.
They're looking masculine, I must say.
You know what I heard? I heard a rumor that they all lift.
You know what they say about rumors, though? They are always true. Every single one of these players lifts in the offseason.
Absolutely. All right, Bo, that's enough talk for the Indians. Let's switch sidelines to the Pilgrims. The Pilgrims are 0-3 in franchise history in Turkey Bowls. They have yet to come away victorious, but they certainly seem to be on the rise.
Yes, this team is certainly on the rise, just as you, myself, and other JVL analysts would agree. The key component to this Pilgrim team is new quarterback at the helm, Nick Lindstrom Jones. I look at this player as the seed of a new garden. You plant it, you water it, you take care of the soil, you nurture it like it's one of your own. Grows up, goes off to college, comes back, becomes a fruit-bearing tree. Hopefully, his teammates will be able to reap the benefits of his juicy fruits.
That's exactly correct. Nick Jones, the newest Pilgrims quarterback, going to try to bring them a victory, and our Drake Jones caught up with him in the tunnel before the game. All right, here with Nick Jones of the Indians, their new quarterback. Nick, this is not your first rodeo here in JVL, but it is your first rodeo quarterback. What was the reason for change?
Well, as you can imagine, it was a very tough decision. I've been a wide receiver throughout these past 4 years in the league, and I saw that we needed a change. And throughout the time that I was thinking about it, I decided that I would be the one to step up and do it.
Indeed. Nick, have you done anything in the offseason to prepare for your big debut?
Yes, I actually got recruited to a training camp down in Tampa, Florida. Coach Ryan has put me through various exercises, been pushing me throughout the whole offseason to get me ready for this game tonight.
Indeed. Shout out to Coach Ryan at the University of Tampa Training School. Unfortunately, that's all the time I have with Nick. He needs to get to the locker room, so back to you guys in the studio. There you have it. Insight from new quarterback Nick Jones. Bo, do you think he's going to be able to carry his sweat? Bo.
What's that, Blake?
Bo. Not now. Do you think he's going to be able to carry... Bo, that's enough. Do you think he's going to be able to carry his swagger onto the field today?
The swagger is unrivaled with this man. The class, subpar.
Wow.
He is an egotistical maniac.
Wow.
I would know, but you know what? You know what this man has?
What?
You know what this man has that most other players in this JVL league lack?
Tell me, Bo.
A fantastic caboose.
How do you know that?
Years and years of analysts training. I've looked at the jiggle physics of many, many Pilgrim players and Indian players alike. This man's cheek structure is unrelenting in its quest to show other Tookus, or Tookai.
Tookai, that's plural.
Who's boss?
I agree. I have heard through the grapevine that his cheeks are impeccable.
Smacking things for days, Blake. I'm telling you.
I might try after the game. Depends on how it goes.
I already know I am.
Besides Nick Jones and his very defined butt cheeks, the Pilgrims had a great offseason. They had a very good draft. And first-round draft pick Alex Kowalski has all the hype coming out of college.
First-round draft pick, not only that, but the first overall draft pick.
Yep.
The big Kiwi. Let's see if what he was hyped up to be carries through into the pros in the JVL league.
Yeah, front office and the Pilgrims, they're hoping that he can be the missing piece to their championship woes.
Yes, and he is a locker room presence. Encourages the team to work out. As you know, Blake, you have tell them what you know.
I've heard that. Well, I know. I've seen it. I mean, his work ethic in the gym is just not comparable.
And what muscle is the biggest of his?
He's got a lot of nice features, but his pectorals are his most glaring.
Wow.
Just I don't know. They're
Stunning,
very nice looking.
Stunning.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. So let's see if he can bring his college hype to the field.
Let's hope. I'm sure hoping.
Yep. And besides the young guns and Nick Jones and Alex Big Kiwi Kowalski, the Pilgrims also have some grizzled veterans that are back and feistier than ever. Most notably, George Jones. Yeah. Drake Jones is sidelined with George now. Let's see what he has to say. Here now with George Jones on the Pilgrims sideline. George, the Pilgrims have yet to win a Turkey Bowl championship. How are you going to change that this year?
Why even talk about the past, man? The past, those who live in the past are cowards and losers.
That hurt. That was not necessary. George, I see you have found the Just for Men hair growth this year. How is that going to change your game?
Nah, well, you know, we're changing it up. I decided to go to a different look. Grew my hair out. Hope my fans like it. It's going to be good.
Well, that's it from George. Back to you guys in the studio. Wow, was not expecting that. George Jones is sporting a different look.
Sporting a different look and sporting a different attitude. He is now passing the torch to, like we previously stated, the fruits of his labor, Nicholas Jones. I think it was more of a general manager move to really give a bigger voice to the women on the Pilgrims. I think the strong, independent women of the Pilgrims are really is what's going to carry them through to the next step of their championship.
I agree. I think girl power is going to play a big factor. I mean, Vicky Viola, she had a very big touchdown catch last game.
Last game, hopefully she'll make it 2 in a row. She will be one of the only females in this JVL league to do that, and she is coming at you with pride, knowledge, and integrity.
Yep. Now, with that being said, let's meet the rest of the Pilgrims roster.
Alyssa Jones, the George Washington University. Jackie Viola, Dominican University. That's possibilities.
Jeffrey Lombardi, DePaul University.
Nick Jones, University of Tampa.
Vicky Viola, Pitt.
Alex Kowalski, the Timber Ridge School for students with emotional and behavioral disorders.
Josh Jones, Miami University.
Tony Viola, Rosary College / University.
I'm Swervin Jones, bro. The Big D. DePaul.
And there you have it. There's the rest of the Pilgrims roster for today's game. Bo, what stands out to you?
Alyssa Renee Jones.
Anything else?
No.
Okay, well, there you have it. It looks like we are about to start the game. Looks like we have both captains at midfield ready for the coin toss with today's official left John Barty. So that's going to do it for us today for the pregame, and we'll see you back here at halftime.
See you later.
Hold on, guys. This is the camera going. Are you guys ready? Yep. All right. Red, blue. We have tails and heads. I screwed them up. I'm gonna let him call. Who's the home? Tails or fails. That's it. Should we? No, it's fine. We will receive first 10. Oh, you're not going to defer. You're going to take it, huh? No. Okay. We're going for all girls all the time. We can't defer. We were setting the tone. Yeah, we're deferring. Wait. I'll remember that.
Watch the turkey to make sure it doesn't jump out of the oven.
Oh, you're so good. Without you, the game could not go on.
Bring it! Anybody, bring it! I'm right here! Bring it! Don't stop when you catch it.
Hey, hey, Jackie, you know what you tell him? Hey, at least I caught it. No.
Amen.
Hey, we gotta go! We gotta go!
Give me a name at the article, the CTO or my victory!
Damn, you get back to 50 if it's first down. He got it. Fourth down, 5 down, 6 down, 7 down. Run, ball in the air. Touchdown.
beat Tijuana.
My godfather was playing great.
That's true.
Shout out to him.
That is true.
He's motivated me as a QB.
Touchdown!
Go, first down! All right.
Oh no!
Oh! One down!
Cody, your shoes are tight. Cody! Got it, got it!
Where were you?
What do you mean?
Where were you?
Shaving?
Why? The camera's rolling.
Hello everybody and welcome back into the studio. I am Blake Bones along with my partner Bo Violin, and we are here at halftime. It is 14-14. We have a great game on our hands. Bo, what stood out to you in the first half?
Really, the score itself, 14-14, always really an offensive shootout between these two teams in the JVL Turkey Bowl. This year, however, it's a defensive battle. I like it.
Very interesting indeed. The game started off by the Pilgrims taking the first ever lead in franchise history in Turkey Bowl. They took the lead on Vicky Buck. Oh, do you hear that?
Oh, I sure do.
Bone Grinder!
Woo! Vicky Viola this year, baby. Let's look at that replay. We see Lindstrom take the ball at the helm on this play. Vicky Viola in the slot, taking a post route right down the seam through the heart of this TLOB defense, catching the touchdown. The celebration is really what caps it off. The punt, the form on that. Surprised nobody got a flag on that. However, Uncle Jeff, do your job.
I agree. That was very close to unsportsmanlike
But still,
conduct.
fantastic touchdown, fantastic play.
I agree. Vicky Viola, you've earned this year's Bose Grinder at halftime.
Take it. It's a gift. I love you.
But even though the Pilgrims did score first, the Indians did come right back. I mean, we do have a tie game here at halftime, 14-14. Both teams did score twice. The big play from the Indians coming from kick returner Joe Viola, taking one to the house.
I mean, yeah, his caboose is always looking on point, and while we're on the point, his trapezius muscles are always as well looking muscular and defined.
I agree. They are both very, very nice features for Joe Viola, and our Drake Jones is lucky enough to be sidelined with him right now. Gets to see those things close up. Drake, what does Joe Viola have to say?
Here with Joe Viola of the Indians. Joe, you had a big kickoff return touchdown. What did you see on that play?
Well, saw after my great teammate pitched me the ball back, I saw a hole right in the middle where I believe Tina Barty blocked Jeffrey, gave me the hole to elude my defenders and dive for the end zone.
Yeah, that was definitely a great block. You guys are tied 2-2.5. What do you have to do to win your fourth in a row?
Well, you know, no matter what, our best players will score. So I think we just need to get the ball to them. 0 targets in the first half, but guess what? They can't stop me. Still got a touchdown.
There you have it. Insight from Joe Viola. Back to you guys in the studio.
And there you have it. Insight from Joe Viola. He's looking to get the Indians their 4th ring.
Yeah, I mean, he's a little cocky. I don't really like that in a player myself, and I don't like his face either.
Well, I don't know what to tell you.
I'm sorry.
And now let's switch sidelines to the Pilgrims. Our Drake Jones has crossed the field to the Pilgrims sideline where he is with longtime Pro Bowl center Tony Viola to see what he has to say.
Here with Tony Viola of the Pilgrims. Tony, your counterpart Jeff Lombardi has been out this game. Has that made things more easy or more difficult for you?
Oh, it's really hard because Jeff's good, really good. But now he's a referee, so he's like screwing us that way too. So it's difficult for us.
Tony, we're tied 2-2.5. What do you guys have to do to take your first victory home for the Turkey Bowl?
We're going to score every possession we have. thereby assuring at least a tie, in my estimations.
So you would settle for a tie then?
Oh no, we're gonna shut them down a couple times, but we're not gonna take any chances. We're gonna score every time.
Got it, makes sense. Back to you guys in the studio.
And they have an insight from Tony Viola. Bo, what do you think about his comments?
I mean, I do think Jeff cheats.
But Jeff's not even here.
Which would make his whole argument invalid.
So, Tony, I don't know what you're saying, man.
Like,
I mean, what are you talking about?
You lost in fantasy. Get over it. The 2-point differential was for home field advantage, but you'll never know what home field advantage is because you'll never be that good. Get those 2 points and you could win.
That's harsh, but it's reality.
It's reality. And at the end of the day, he's a loser.
And to top it all off, we did get some footage of Tony Viola just taunting in front of every... Can we roll that, please? Okay, here it is. We see Tony Viola just taunting in front of everyone. I mean, how unsportsmanlike can you be?
Not much more. The feed me, what is that? You're a center. What are you doing?
Not really.
No flag either? I mean,
that's a testament to official left John Barty. He's a very good sport.
True.
He takes a lot. I think Tony Viola should model his game and his lifestyle after our great official left John Barty.
He should take copious notes.
I agree.
Copious notes.
I agree. So, Tony, I mean, we offered you some criticism. I think you should take it. On behalf of me, Bo, and everyone in the studio, and everyone in the room watching today.
Yes.
I think you need to take it, and maybe one day you'll finally get that elusive ring.
Sorry.
And that looks like it's going to do it for us here at the halftime show. I know, Bo, it's not a very long halftime show, but we're in a very strict time schedule. Uncle George needs to get the turkey in the oven.
I mean, it's the same problem every year. Someone's even watching the turkey in the oven this year. Shout out to Janine Lombardi.
I agree. She's there, so I don't know why we can't just stay longer or just even push the dinner back a little bit. I don't understand.
Push the dinner back, wake up a little earlier. I don't know. It's easy fix.
Either way, something can be done, and it hurts me and Bo the most because it restricts our capability and our time here in the studio together. It sucks. It sucks all around. So, George Jones, maybe we can fix it next year, but, I mean, we can't waste any more time. We need to get back to the field. But before we do, a quick word from our lovely sponsors, grandmother and grandfather.
Go
Pilgrims!
Indians!
Pilgrims! Pilgrims!
Indians!
Pilgrims!
Get the Pilgrims, Indians!
No! Pilgrims! Champions!
Indians!
All right, Bo, before we return to live action, what are your thoughts from our lovely sponsors?
I mean, I loved every second of it. Grandfather showing his Indian pride and grandmother showing her pilgrim colors. It's really a beautiful thing. Thank you, the fans. Grandmother and grandfather.
I agree. Thank you very much to grandmother and grandfather and all of our fans out there on behalf of Blake and Bo in the JVL League studio. But we do need to get back to the game, so we'll see you guys here at the end of the game.
See you later.
Do not touch the line drive.
Yeah, that's out.
That's out. Wrong side. I'm sorry. Oh!
Hey Sam, want some turkey with that stuffing?
Don't go backward! Ball! Knock it down!
Come on, yell at him like with your hands. Come on, what the heck?
Hey! Red team, line up there. You guys line up here. I want to shake hands. We don't want anything to do with them. Line up, Jeffrey, get over here.
Loser! For each other.
They have won the game, but we should win the country.
Great game.
And there you have it back here in the studio. The game has ended. The Indians prevail 21-14. They've won their 4th ring in a row.
Wow. I mean, I must say, I'm just really surprised about
Are you really though? Let's be honest.
Surprised the Indians won? Why would I be surprised if the favorites win every year?
But you do have to admit, Bo, this year the game was pretty close. It was 21-14, a one-score game. It was down to the wire.
Yeah, the Pilgrims played their heart out thanks to Bo's grinder and some other key components. They really played their heart out this year. I'll give it to them. Good work.
I agree. If they continue, maybe one day, or maybe even next year, with their new young core and their grizzled veterans, they might come away victorious.
Next year. God.
Who knows? Who knows? But let's not talk about the future. Let's not debate the future. Let's talk about the now. Let's talk about the best player in today's game.
Best player in today's game. You know what that means, right?
Game ball!
Game ball, baby. Game ball this year goes to Sam Viola on the Indians once more, consecutive year. 2 touchdowns, 2 of the 3 Indian touchdowns.
That's 67.77777% of the Indian scores.
I mean, yeah, I guess so. And interceptions. Interceptions are always there. Defensive awareness always there. Unrelenting.
Amazing job, Sam Viola. Ever since he came back from his personal travels, he's been better than ever.
His capabilities have grown instrumentally.
This is amazing. Intellectual, physical, emotional. Sam Viola, great job today.
Great work.
But let's not talk about just one individual Indian. Like Jonathan Jones said in his pregame interview, they're a tribe.
They're a group. Every single touchdown they celebrate together because they're a tribe. They hunt together. They herd together.
They're hunter-gatherers together.
They feed together. They're a family.
They are. And it shows on the field. The chemistry is unmatched.
Best in the JVL league by far.
I agree. All right, Bo, enough talk about the Indians. Let's talk about the Pilgrims now, because before we know it, they're going to start complaining to us and say that we're biased. We never talk about them. So let's talk about the Pilgrims.
Let's talk about the Pilgrims. They always do complain. Let's start from the top bottom of the roster.
Let's do it.
Jackie Viola. Played great today.
Yep.
Vicky Viola. Played great today.
Yep.
Alyssa Renee Jones. Played great today.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, A for effort, everyone. Top to bottom, just A for effort.
Yeah.
I mean, you have Vicky, you have Nick, you have Alex, you have George, you have Paul. Joshua Paul Jones.
Joshua Paul Jones. How have we not talked about this?
I don't know.
The slot and defensive back threat on this young Pilgrim squad. He's really up and coming.
I agree. He's a beast. He's an animal. And you know what I think motivates him? Well, back in the day when Sam used to steal his hats, did not like it then, does not like it now, and he's out for his revenge.
And you know what I think happened?
What?
I think Sam stole his hat. Joshua Paul Jones said to himself, hey.
Where's my hat?
Where is my hat?
And now he's trying to find it.
Till this day, rumor has it, he's still trying to find it.
And that just motivates him even more. So the longer Paul cannot find his hat, the more he'll be motivated, and the feistier and just angrier he will be. And he will one day get his ring.
He will one day succeed and bring the fruit-bearing tree to bloom.
I agree. And another person we haven't talked about is Jeffrey Pacocha-Pata's Pitas Lombardi.
Wow, he had a rough night last night. Let's not beat around the bush here.
Yeah, he did. He showed up. He was not looking well. Hungover as ever before. He was not well. But you know what, Bo? We got to give it to him because he showed up. He was ready. He was ready at game time because he was the captain at the midfield. Even though he called tails, he said tails never failed. Tails did fail today, but you know what? Guess what? He didn't care. He was like, you know what? I don't care. I'm going to still come out and play this game. He had a nice kick return, stumbled out of bounds, looked very acrobatic when he did that.
Very acrobatic. This man, his key component is humility.
I agree.
He knows what he is. He knows what his teammates are.
You know what else he knows? And he flaunts them daily.
Oh, my goodness gracious. Let's talk about his calves.
Let's talk about it.
Especially in those tight Nike leggings.
Oh, the white
where
just
they
really
just
brings them out.
Protrude
Yes.
the thick muscle.
Yes.
Of the lower calf and higher calf region.
You know what? One thing is for sure. Jeffrey Lombardi does not skip leg day.
Oh my goodness, it's a fact. Embedded in fact that this man does not skip leg day.
No, and it shows with his calves. Bo, you know what's great?
What?
Jeffrey Lombardi, how many calves does he have?
2.
How many of us is there in this room?
2.
So guess what? I can hold one and you can hold one at the same time.
I'd be honored.
Jeffrey Lombardi, if you're interested, we're going to leave our numbers in the description below, so just call us.
Shoot us a text.
All right, Bo, I think that is all the time that we have here today. Unfortunately, we're going to have to go. The game is over, our analysis is over, and it's time to go home. Bo, I know it's a very sad day, because I won't see you for another 364 days. I don't know what I'm going to do with myself for that long. Come here, Bo.
Come here.
Bo, you're my best friend. Bo, you're my only friend. I don't talk to anyone else. It's okay. It's okay. I think we'll both get through this.
At the end of the day, though, the best part of this is another JVL Turkey Bowl in the books.
I agree.
You know what? Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
To all of you out there.
All of you.
Give thanks.
Give thanks to everything you have.
Give.
Friends, family, and co-anchors.
And co-anchors alike. We're all the same. We're all people. Come on. Together as one.
Cheers. And that's going to do it for us here in the studio. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone out there watching. For everyone here at the JVL League Studio, I am Blake Bones.
And I'm Bo Violet.
Until next year, signing off.